Well, it's spring, and as we're spending more time out in our yards and in our gardens, we kind of look at our lawns a little bit differently. I'm here with John from JB Instant Lawn. And John, I just redid my lawn here, and I did a little overseeding because it was full of a lot of moss and a lot of things I wasn't real happy with from the winter time. And and as we're looking at kind of revamping our lawns, there's a couple different routes we can go. We can either like redo an entire lawn and take it all out and start fresh, or we can do an overseeding, right?
Yeah.
So if we are, starting fresh, what do we need to know about how do we prep and do our yard for like starting from scratch?
Well, first of all, considering the area, if there's like a lot of weeds, a lot of rocks, we need to probably get all those out first, right?
Right.
Level it out. Apply lime. Lime is your friend, especially for the Northwest area. And then put down the seed, and then water it. However, with this process, we need to consider how we put the seed on it.
Right.
So in actuality, as a professional, you should probably level it and then roll it and then put down the lime, the seed, and also the fertilizer.
Okay.
And then water accordingly.
And it's important to keep that water, because as that seed starts to sprout, we don't want it to dry out, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And especially right now, at this point of time, this April is amazingly dry. So yes, good watering,
right,
moist at all times.
So if we already have a lawn established, like I did, I had a lot of moss in it, and so I'd gone through and removed and mossed out and got rid of all that moss and all the weeds out of there. But then I was left with a pretty sparse looking lawn. So is there, do we do something differently with the lawn as far as an overseeding versus starting scratch?
Yeah, for overseeding, you have the existing area, such as when you put the moss out on it,
right,
it died basically. So there was different areas where there's a lot of sparse basically,
right,
in that
right,
area. So to overseed that is, you should probably try to get that out as best as possible.
Right.
And then mow it as low as you can. So when you actually put the seed on, it can actually touch the soil.
Right, because otherwise it's going to get kind of suspended up in that grass where it's not going to germinate in the air. It needs to be touching that soil.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. It has to touch the soil for it to grow.
Right. And then also, same concept, you need to keep it moist.
Absolutely, at all times.
Right.
Especially, again, during these periods of time with these dry out times. They have to be moist within probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Right, and when I did my overseeding, I did a layer of like a peat moss.
For us, we like to give a little bit more nutrition.
Okay.
Maybe a compost, a lawn compost, and just feathering it on. Never.
Right, not buried it at all.
Exactly. Just feathering it on, and then water accordingly.
Right. And then, there's lots of choices for grass seed when you go in. JB's done a great job of kind of laying it out, pretty easy packaging to read. But there are some basics we need to kind of look at as far as, what seed do we use? So how do we pick out what seed is going to be best for our lawn?
You'll notice on this particular one here, you're going to see a sunlight, 6 hours
right,
of sunlight. So this particular variety is a 3-way blend of ryegrass. It basically is a Northwest product. And it germinates very, very quickly. And it has a unique color to it. It's a deep blue-green color to it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And in this area, because of the weather, it grows very, very quickly. It usually germinates within 10 to 15 days.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And then there are some also that if you have more of a shady area, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this one here, as it shows, sun and shade. A lot of people make this very difficult. Sun just is perennial rye, and this shade is a fine fescue. So if you have a shade issue,
right,
which is it needs at least 5 hours of sunlight. So with this particular product, it will handle some of the shaded areas.
Right.
But very good product.
Right. Because like in my lawn here, I get a lot of, like a morning sunshine and an afternoon shade. So I'm getting a lot of moss
right,
in mine. So
right,
that was kind of what I chose for mine, because it is getting sun,
right,
but just not all
yes,
day long.
Yeah, exactly.
So John, why is it important to look at kind of the type of grass seed that's in the package?
Well, because this particular product, all these products are grown here locally. And this product actually is made or fit for this area completely. So there is no bluegrass in this product.
Right.
Bluegrass grows other places.
Right.
But ryegrass, fine fescue, tall fescue grow perfectly in this area. And we've actually made all of these to make sure that all the customers has what they need.
Right. So, it's important to pick out, the right grass seed for your yard. JB's seed is grown here locally, which is important. So we have a success when we're growing our grass in our yard. So, John, I'm assuming we get more information on your website, or you can go to gardentime.tv for more information on JB sod and the lawn and the grass seed that's right for your yard. So, John, it's a pleasure having you out in my yard, and thanks for making it pretty.
Thank you very much.